The living room was heavy with silence, the kind that pressed down on your chest until it hurt to breathe. A faint trace of her lavender perfume still lingered in the air, but it was mixed with something sharper, something that felt like shame. I stood at the doorway, keys slipping from my hand to the hardwood with a clatter that echoed far too loud. On the coffee table lay an ultrasound photo, grainy and undeniable, screaming a truth I wasn't ready to accept. Lena sat rigid on the couch, her hands gripping each other so tightly her knuckles gleamed. She wouldn't look at me. Next to her, Ethan sat hunched, his usual easy confidence replaced by a grim stillness. My best friend, my wife. The pieces clicked together without a word being spoken, though my mind begged to resist. I hadn't meant to come home early. Work had drained me, another dead end on the project that had kept me chained to my desk for months. All I wanted was the comfort of Lena's embrace. Instead, I walked into a scene that felt like a wound tearing open. My voice came out hoarse, trembling. What is this? Lena opened her mouth, but nothing came out. Ethan shifted, his jaw tight, his eyes darting to the photo before sliding away from mine. The world seemed to tilt under me. In hindsight, the signs had been there, only I'd been too blind or too trusting to see them. Lena had grown distant, her laughter dulled, her touch fleeting. I'd told myself it was stress from the gallery, the late nights, the faint smell of wine and paint that clung to her clothes. Ethan had changed too. Our weekly beers had dwindled into excuses. When we did meet, his eyes wouldn't hold mine. His jokes rang hollow. But I trusted them both. I trusted them more than anything. Mark, Lena finally whispered, her voice frayed. We need to talk. Her green eyes, once alive with light, looked clouded, shadowed. She reached toward the photo, her hand shaking as if she could shield herself with it. I didn't mean for this to happen. The floor seemed to drop from under me. My chest constricted. My voice cracked. Didn't mean for what? Ethan rose slowly, his broad frame seeming smaller, his shoulders hunched. He dragged a hand through his hair, trembling. When he spoke, it was like a knife sliding between my ribs. The baby, it's mine. The words shattered everything. The ultrasound photo blurred before my eyes as my vision tunneled. I stumbled back into the console table, sending our wedding photo crashing to the floor. The glass splintered, cutting across our smiling faces. How long? The words scraped out of me, raw. How long has this been going on? Lena stood, tears already in her voice. It wasn't planned. It was one night after the gallery opening. I was upset. I drank too much. Ethan was there. Stop. The word tore out of me, sharp and ragged. My hands curled into fists. The room seemed smaller, suffocating. The rain outside tapping against the windows like a cruel rhythm. I turned to Ethan, rage rising in me like fire. You were my brother, my best man. You stood beside me at our wedding and toasted us. And now this. His face crumpled, his eyes wet. I never wanted to hurt you. I swear it wasn't supposed to happen. It just did. But his apology was empty, brittle. I wanted to hit him, to feel his jaw shatter under my fist, but my arms hung useless at my sides. The days that followed bled into each other. Lena moved into the guest room. Her toothbrush vanished in the bathroom, her side of the closet half empty. The house became a museum of what once was, her mug untouched in the cupboard, her shoes lined neatly by the door she no longer walked through. I barely ate, barely slept. Every time I looked at her, I saw Ethan's hands, Ethan's child. She tried to explain between sobs muffled by pillows. I was lonely. You were always working. I felt invisible. Ethan, he noticed me. Her words stung, because buried inside them was truth. I had neglected her, choosing deadlines over dinners, ambition over presence. But betrayal like this couldn't be explained away. Ethan was harder to confront. When I finally cornered him at his apartment, the air smelled of stale coffee and sweat. He looked exhausted, unraveling. His eyes darted away from mine when he admitted it. I love her. I didn't plan it, but I do. His honesty hit like another blow, worse than silence. He wasn't just guilty. He was invested. The final unraveling came the night I borrowed Lena's phone to make a call. A message from Ethan flashed across the screen. We can't keep hiding. He needs to know. It's not just a baby. My chest turned hollow. I scrolled, my hands trembling. Months of messages. Plans. I love yous. Jokes. Secret meetings. Not a single mistake. A choice, again and again. I confronted them together. Ultrasound photo crumpled in my fist. My voice was cold now, steady. You lied. Both of you. This wasn't one night. This was months. This was everything. Neither of them denied it. Their silence said enough. Ethan finally broke it. His voice was firm, almost defiant now. We're leaving. We're starting over. Together. Lena kept her eyes on the floor, but her nod confirmed it. They had already chosen a future without me. 2 weeks later, the call came at 3 a.m. Their car had been packed with bags when a semi swerved into their lane. The crash was instant. Neither survived. The baby didn't either. I sat in the hospital waiting room, the antiseptic sting in my nose, the words of the officer echoing in my head. Gone. Both of them. Just like that. The grief was tangled with fury, impossible to separate. They had betrayed me, and yet they had died for their choices. I was left behind with nothing but fragments, memories, questions, and an ache that had no outlet. The ultrasound photo rests on my desk now. I stare at it sometimes, not just for the child that never was, but for the life that shattered around it. A reminder of my blind trust. A reminder of the man I used to be. Some wounds don't heal. They scar, whispering in the quiet when the world goes still. What if I'd seen sooner? What if I'd fought harder? Those questions will never leave me. Like Lena and Ethan, the answers are gone forever.